Hey guys, it's me again. I've had a lot of questions about the kind of brushes I use and what to use it for. And usually I keep reposting it on the posts, but I thought a video would be better. That way no one has to kind of go back to look for it. So I'm going to cover some of the brushes that I use in this video for just normal things such as the MAC MSFs, which is the Mineralized Skin Finishes, Mineral Foundation, blush, and all that good stuff. And yes, I'm wearing my furry hood because it's a little cold in my house and I thought I would be comfy. And as much as I love makeup, I am actually a tomboy inside and I am a gamer. I do love video games and I like to hang out with the boys and even spit, even though it's very unladylike. But we'll go on with the brushes. First, I have been raving about the MAC 180 small buffer brush. I love it because it's just so pretty and it works well with my foundations. This is just one of them. I actually have a lot, but as you know, I do love Silk Naturals, and a lot of you have asked me my Silk Naturals ratio. To be honest, I don't really have one because I don't use that formula. I basically just pour all the white powder from the bag into the jar and then just add about, I believe it's about 4 or 5 scoops. I don't remember, but each time, as much as it's a hassle for me, I just do it that way just because it's easier for me rather than having to do the whole scoop to scoop ratio. And luckily it works out for me, so it's easy for me to figure out, but it's usually just the whole bag and about 5 scoops. So anyways, I use that and I just buff it on my face like that. I'm not really putting foundation, but just so you know, that's how it's supposed to go. I love this brush. It doesn't shed like some of the flat top brushes I got from mineral makeup companies, and it's just so cute, and I love how the handle is contoured so it fits my little hand. And there's my bandaged finger from my little accident earlier this morning. My little boo-boo. I had a question from someone that asked me about the MAC 187 brush. It's the stippling, or aka skunk brush, and what I use it for. If you look closely, it has little prickly bristles, and that picks up enough powder. It doesn't pick up too much powder because it's basically for light touch application, so I like to use it along with my MSFs, which is my MAC Cold Spill, and I usually just take it and go like that, and for a little glow. You probably can't see it because videos suck. I use it along with that or my beauty powder, my lovely, lovely, lovely Drizzle Gold. You can take it. Usually there's some on the lid, but in this case no, but usually there is. And I just dip it and apply it as well. I'm not really going through and doing it, but just so you kind of know what the brushes are for. And that's pretty much what I use it for. Sometimes I use it for applying my foundation, just to give it a kind of airbrush look. Sometimes if I don't want too much foundation, that's what I use it for. In my last tutorial, I said this was the 186 because I'm retarded like that, but it's really the MAC 136 brush. It's actually one of Steffi's favorites as well, and I like it because it's so cute. It's thick, but it's good to, you know, put blush on your little cheek stirs. And I like it to powder off any excess powder. that I get from putting eyeshadows and pigments. I'm a fan of Essence of Beauty brushes, and I think some of my avid readers know that. I got their powder brush, and I think what I like is also that they label it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. But they also have the name of what it's for on the handle, so for those who are new to makeup, you'd never get confused. And sometimes I use it to, as well to also tap off any excess eyeshadow and things like that. It's pretty neat. I don't really use it as much because I'm in love with my 136 brush, but I do use it sometimes. I have my contour brush. It's a little thicker than the angled Korean brush I got to contour the sides of my nose. If I can find it. There we go. As you can see, they're like family members. But this one's also good for getting in there, as well as contouring the hollowness of your cheekbones like I discussed before, sides of your forehead, temples, or jawline. I do like the foundation brush. It's just looks really cool. I just like the color of the bristles, to be honest. That's honestly why I bought it. Before, pre-mineral foundation, I used to use Revlon Skin Lights. It was a liquid foundation, but because I have such sensitive skin, it no longer works for me the way it used to. But for those who are still on the liquid foundation kick, you can definitely use this. It's so incredibly soft and perfect for liquid foundation. Sometimes I even use it to apply my moisturizer when I'm feeling weird. I have a blender brush, and I like it. You guys have noticed my blending. This is not what I use on a daily basis, but I do use it sometimes when I want to cover larger areas. So that's what I use. I use mostly this to blend, as well as my Sephora brush, and that's the Sephora holder. So we're also going to show you how neat it is. Pick a brush, any brush. So we're going to pick, and it's not in here. I have so many brushes that I don't even know where half of that stuff is. Oh, and it's right here. This is the Sephora Rounded Crease Brush. It says rounded crease, but I really think it's a blender brush. I think they just lied to us. As you can see, they're they're pretty much actually exactly the same. This is the Sonia Kashuk one, available at Target. I think I got this one for like not even $4. And this one I bought for $16 at Sephora. I had a gift card, and I just thought I'd have two blending brushes because why the heck not? So I love these babies, and I know many of you ladies were wondering what tools I use to do the whole blending magic in my photos. These are the two babies. These are really what makes me pull off the look. Without these, it would probably look like crap. So I love that. I also use my double-ended brush here. I use this side to apply my neutral base, or sometimes my MAC pigments. And I have my MAC 239 brush. I just had a brain fart. And this is what I use to also apply my MAC pigments. It has white bristles, so I usually only apply the neutral color pigment so it doesn't stain, because I'm anal like that, like vanilla in your ladyship. This is what I would use. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of brushes. I can't think of anything else that I don't really use because it's just pretty much the same old stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much all the brushes that I use on a daily basis. So I hope that cleared up a lot of confusion, because I know I've had a lot of emails in regards to the MAC brushes and what's for what and what I use for what. So those are pretty much it. So I hope that helps. If I'm still unclear, then feel free to email me and let me know. God, I'm cold again. I swear, you would think that I'm from Canada that I wouldn't be cold. I'm just naturally cold-blooded, I guess. But yeah, I hope that helps. Thanks, guys. Bye.